You know, one thing that just really confused me about Jurassic Park, and this is kind of weird and a little, different for, I guess, the hype before the intro, right? And we'll get to the intro just in a second. But why in the world did John Hammond constantly say, spared no expense, but only got one IT guy? Like, huh? Anyway, roll it. Alright guys, so welcome back. How's it hanging? My name is Sean, and well, today we're going to do, I guess, something a tad bit different. I kind of wanted to mesh both I had a Parkasaurus video planned, but the more and more I thought about it, the more and more this game is really turning out to be pretty legit. So I want to take the time, and I just want to do like a small T-chart and just compare and contrast Jurassic World Evolution to Parkasaurus and see if Parkasaurus is actually going to be the better game, or if Jurassic World Evolution, considering the updates and stuff like that coming, is if it will like hold, I guess, stand the test of time. Really, at this point in time, we know that it's teetering on the fence. We don't really know, but anyways, let's start with Jurassic World Evolution first. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, before we get into it, smack a like. Subscribe if you're new, turn on the notification bell, that always helps. Head down that comment section below, yell at me if you don't agree. Or most of you guys do. I mean, who am I talking to, right? You're wait, I mean, we're on my channel. Okay, anyways, Jurassic World Evolution. Everybody knows that I'm one of the biggest critics of Jurassic World Evolution, but that doesn't mean that I do not love this game, and in fact I do. The reason why I'm so hard on this game is because I love it. I'm constantly giving out my save files to you guys. Anybody who hops on the Discord and DMs me, you get my save file, no problem. That way you can kind of just hop into a park and have some fun, because nobody feels like building all these different extreme parks like I'm building, just because there's not as much stuff to build with it. So they lose interest really quickly. So I'm out there putting out these save files for people to just hop in these different parks and play around, add some replayability, right? But that doesn't mean there's not good things about Jurassic World Evolution. So let's go ahead and go through them. Graphics are top notch. Just the lighting, the after effects, the atmosphere, different days, and like at night, in the morning, and stuff like that. Like it's really cool. The storms are really intense, really immersive. For some of the animations that they do, there's a few hundred animations. A lot of them do repeat per dinosaur, but the ones that they do have are very good. They really are. Some of the skins, some of the dinosaur skins, some of the velociraptor skins, which is really hard for the documentary, by the way, but some of the velociraptor skins are lackluster, to say the least. But a lot of the skins are extremely well done. Ceratosaurus is one of them. Just in my honest opinion, I really like that dinosaur. It looks really good. Let's see here. I guess we can go on. The music is really great. The music is pretty top notch. And there are a couple hybrids introduced into the game, which is really cool. Of course, it's a Jurassic title, so it would kind of make sense. Now, let me preface all this by saying there's also going to be the update coming, the live stream August 29th, a few days away. That's going to add a lot more stuff, like herding, hopefully, pack hunting, hopefully, a lot of this stuff. However, that's not in the game right now, and that's how we're judging the game. So it is lackluster at best, and graphics, animations, lighting, the atmosphere, music, hybrids, those are all a given. Let's be honest. Yeah, they are good, and Frontier gets props for that, but that's all there is. The one thing they do have on all these other games, like Prehistoric Kingdom, Parkasaurus, what's the other one, Mesozoica? The one thing they do have is storyline. Even though it's lackluster at best, and it's not really choose your own path storyline as they want to lead you to believe. It's more Ian Malcolm, Claire, and Imposter Grady kind of pop in your ear every once in a while and give you a little bit of tidbit about what they think. And Henry Wu is really the most proprietor of a storyline, but there's really not a storyline. It's just make everybody happy or they'll sabotage you, really. So yeah, that's really all they have on them, is on any other game, a storyline and their graphics. But now, comparing it to Parkasaurus, let's just go with the graphics first. The graphics are not as good as Jurassic World Evolution. I recognize that, but it's also not in the same art style. So those two really can't be compared because it's its own thing. It's not like Prehistoric Kingdom would be a better comparison for graphics because they're trying to go for somewhat realistic dinosaurs. Parkasaurus throws all that out the window, and it's pretty much crayon on paper. Yeah, and that's pretty much the kind of art style they're going with. But now, giving the two graphics aside, whether you like it or not, I personally am not a huge fan of the cartoony style. But again, that's just my opinion. That's the art style they chose, and that could change. But we'll get into that here in just a second. So that to me is a on par tie. You really can't count those two. You know what I mean? They're not really comparable. But Parkasaurus will have different biomes. They will have, just going through a quick list that I jotted down that I know for sure will be in the game. There's different biomes. There's a day and night cycle. There's proper management, like you can actually change the salary of workers. You can include different items into their little taco stands to sell. There's infants, enclosure items. There's decorative items. There's benches and railings and lampposts. And as far as enclosure items go, there's logs for your Stegosaurus to swing his tail at. I'm sure there's a scratching post. I think there's a scratching post. There's also a privacy grass because obviously dinosaurs don't want to be looked at, poked and prodded at through viewing galleries and through the fence. Which, by the way, guests can see through the fence, unlike Jurassic World Evolution. And yeah, it's. You know, there's like a little privacy high-end meter of grass where a dinosaur doesn't want to be poked and prodded at and looked at by the guests. They'll go into the grass, and once it gets into the grass, it's in a privacy state. It's hiding. It's you know, it can sleep peacefully. Stuff like that. Let's see here. The dino needs like the privacy and like the need to break a few logs and swing their tail and actually get into a couple fights here and there. That's all in the game. There's heat maps to be able to see, like for example, if you have a path that walks next to a concrete wall, well, on the opposite side of that enclosure in the grass, that concrete wall will be more hidden away from view, which means the dinosaur will have more of a area to, you know, I guess feel like it's, you know, in a private place, as long as there's a concrete wall there. Of course, you replace that with a barred fence, well then the privacy meter will go down. They have different heat maps for that. Different heat maps. When you place plants, they have to be next to water. You know what I mean? Like simple things like that. Guest happiness is a very extreme thing. Like just having enough trash cans placed around for your guests to throw their trash around will decrease guest happiness. That's a small little bitty detail. I can go on. Let's see here. Dino destruction. Dinosaurs, they are happy whenever they get to swing their tail and destroy things. The dinosaurs in Jurassic World Evolution, the only time they do that is when they're mad. You know, they don't just do it just to do it, which is not animal-like. You know what I mean? It's just not animal-like. Digging for fossils. We know in Jurassic World Evolution there is an expedition center where, you know, it's a top-down thing where you click and you wait. 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 You rinse and repeat until you get a full genome, right? Well. Digging fossils here is different. There's little mini games for it. There's you technically go back in time to discover different small little Easter eggs and different fossils and trilobites and stuff like that. And there's little mini games that go along with it, like map making or actually digging the fossil, stuff like that. So there's actual gameplay whenever you're actually retrieving fossils in this game. Clear communication. That's a big thing that Frontier lacks severely. They give Bo the wrong information constantly. And that makes her look really, really bad in front of all of us whenever she's just trying to, you know, throw some water on a horrible raging fire, right? That is their game and our fan base. Yeah, like they have a Discord server. They have a clear roadmap for everything they want to add into the game, and then on top of that, they have early access. This is where Jurassic World Evolution went wrong. They told Frontier accepted their contract, even if the contract moved. It was in the contract. They knew that was going to happen. They signed that contract anyways, knowing they had 11 to 12 months to get a a AAA Jurassic World title out. A game that we haven't seen, the likes of it we haven't seen since JPOG. That's crazy. They should have said, look, we'll get 11 months until early access, and that way everybody knows that it's not a complete game, there's going to be things added. Well, that's where Parkasaurus is, that's what Parkasaurus is actually doing. Early access, here's everything we're going to have in early access. and then maybe even a terrain generator. We might throw that in there, some sort of little site B type of stuff there. Yeah, little map generator, little terrain generation. And then we're going to make it early access because there's going to be so much more. There's going to be so much more coming to this game. There's going to be so much more coming to this game, right? Okay. Now, here's the kicker. Jurassic World Evolution had an entire fully staffed development team, 11 months, to give us the broken game they gave us. And then make no mistake, it is a broken game. If that's a AAA title at launch, even Best in Slot said itself, dinosaurs collide. Where's the hitboxes? That's unforgivable in 2018. That is unforgivable for a AAA, fully fleshed out development team to do. That is crazy. And to not have actual, like, enough hitboxes to where dinosaurs won't collide like that. Like, when I'm filming a documentary, it's so hard to get the right shots. Like Brachiosaurus will, like, their necks will cross and stuff like that. It just ruins the shots, you know. Yeah, like, that's unforgivable. It's too rushed, and then for them to not acknowledge the fact that it's rushed, the fact that it's not a complete game, and the fact that they should have made it early access or at least beta access, and then launched maybe 4, 5, 6 months later. And the fact that they can't acknowledge that and treat it as like, oh, this is a mistake and we are working to correct this, instead of giving us throwing us a bone here and there and then figuring out, oh wow, they really need these dino sizes correct, right? Oh crap, I guess we're going to fix that, which just proves their laziness. They just wasn't going to do it from the get-go because they wanted to get some easy money and have some easy updates and be done with it. Well, yeah, we're not going to let that happen. You know what I mean? We're not going to let that happen. Parkasaurus, on the other hand, yeah, like clear communication. Like they are there from day one saying this is early access, there's going to be more to come, don't you guys worry, stuff like that. But last and not least, remember when I said that the cartoony style of Parkasaurus isn't necessarily my favorite? Well, that doesn't necessarily mean shit. You know why? Because they're making it available for mods. That means there's a couple of us guys who's sitting in our freaking basement eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich saying, you know what, I think I want to make this cartoony style look real, so I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to mod this game. They're going to give it some new skins. The skins are going to look realistic. I'm not saying that would happen, and I'm not saying anybody could make mods like that, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility because they're allowing for mods. Jurassic World Evolution will not. Maybe it's a universal thing, but we really don't know because they don't say shit, do they? No, we don't really know. So, you know, we can only speculate as to the reason why that they're giving this game a flop. And on top of that, fully staffed dev team for Jurassic World Evolution, and I'm gonna let you guess. Let you guess how many people working on Parkasaurus. I'll go ahead and guess. I'll wait. Say 5, 6, 10? No, 2 people. Two people. That's right, 2 people. 2 people are giving us all of this. So I think I can objectively say that Parkasaurus will be the better game. It's already the better game because of mods, because 2 people are giving us more than what a full dev team can give us. And because of clear communication. Even if it had half the stuff Jurassic World Evolution had into it, that makes it a better game by itself. I'm still holding out hope for Jurassic World Evolution. I still love the game. I'm still going to play the shit out of that game. I've still got more park builds to do. I still got that full documentary to film. And, you know, people are saying that we might have up to 2 to 3 years of content updates. Let's hope we don't have to wait 6 months in between for each one of those for us to get the game that, you know, that prehistoric kingdom is on its way to being, and you know, games that Parkasaurus are taking the gaps that's in Jurassic World Evolution and they're filling that with content as much as possible. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below what you guys are thinking. I'm not trying to hate on Jurassic World Evolution no more than I need to. I just feel like it needed to be said, that it's not, we shouldn't accept the game that's given to us because 2 people are giving us a better game. Yeah, they have a little bit longer time, you know, to do it, but at the same time they don't have a full multi-million-dollar dev team behind them. So with that being said, I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, I'm in the comment section after every single video. I appreciate you guys like always, and I'll see you in the next one.
You had me at hello. Oh, baby!